Welcome back, everybody. Or if it's your first time here, well, thanks for dropping by. Vic has been sitting in the quarry at Galmpton ever since the storms at Christmas. She's not on a trailer this year. She's on some blocks of wood. Makes it a lot easier to anti-foul and do all the other stuff we wanted to do to her. And now it's the first week in April, and we've done pretty much everything we wanted to do. And it's time to go back in. Galmpton Creek has been a fantastic home for Morning Vicar these last 3 years. We've really enjoyed ourselves. But it's time for something a little bit different this year. And loath though I am to leave this beautiful place, the combination of the tide, mud mooring and being 4 miles away from the sea, means we've found a new home. Now this time of year is really busy in Galmpton Quarry. There's boats going in all over the place, and of course they're restricted the same as I am. Got to really wait till high tide or thereabouts to get some of the bigger boats in. So whilst we're waiting for our turn, I do some of the last minute jobs. This is the sonar transducer fitted to the edge of the outboard well. It's kind of a Mark II version. We'll see how that works this year. But pretty soon, my lift arrives. Now, I know these guys do this all day, every day, but they do make it look really easy. And it's a hell of a lot easier than dropping it in on the trailer. Just a short drive down through the quarry because we're still being launched down the slipway. And here we are afloat. Whole process took about 10 minutes, and most of that was driving down to the slipway. So Vicar's all ready to go. But rather than just returning to those lovely pontoon moorings behind me there, I'm going to take her round immediately to her new home, which is just round the coast. It's a trip we've done many, many times. We're going round to Brixham Marina.
Next stop, Brixham.
So to give you some idea of the geography, we're here at Galmpton Creek. It's about halfway up the River Dart. I live here in Brixham. It's about 3 miles away. It's a short drive or a slightly long walk. And from Galmpton, we've explored the whole of the Dart. On really windy days, you've got some sheltered water to sail in. And of course, you can get down to the sea. But it is the best part of an hour to get out to open water in the sea. So we thought we would put the boat this year into Brixham Marina. That's here on the south coast of Torbay. So we're going to bring the boat round today and drop her in there. Brixham has absolutely no tide restrictions. I can sail whenever I want to. I can walk from the house and be out to sea in a matter of minutes. Torbay is also really well sheltered from prevailing westerlies, southwesterlies. So we tend to get flat water here when the rest of the coast is a bit bumpy. And despite its calm and peacefully serene appearance this morning, Galmpton is unprotected from a westerly gale. And there's about a mile of fetch from Brixham, so it can get a bit choppy, and the boats are a little bit exposed on these moorings sometimes. Motoring on past the moorings and our old berth. I'll be really, really sorry to leave. Not just the beautiful surroundings and the peace and tranquility of it all, but also the community. Lots of nice people, a few liveaboards here, and the regulars on the dockside. I will miss our conversations. I'll be back soon, guys. out into the mouth of the river, and yes, it's bouncy. It was forecast. We've had some big easterlies coming in all week, really, and the sea state's not been brilliant. So it's forecast to be 10 to 15 knots, kind of northeasterly, with a big sea coming in from the east. The wind is supposed to drop and go east, which would be great for me, but it didn't. So I'm faced with, well, quite literally, sort of 10 to 15 knots right on the nose, and really quite confused seas. So I'm resigning myself to quite a laborious motor north. So yes, the sea today is an awful lot more three-dimensional than I had anticipated. Anybody who's ever tried to film the sea or waves will tell you that it's really difficult to get an idea of how choppy it is. The sea's quite confused. It's short and steep and really difficult to make progress through. Now, the Shrimper is a game old boat, and she will cope with pretty much everything you throw at her. But sea state is probably the limiting factor in any condition. And I think even if the wind had turned east and I'd got a nice steady 12 knots, it would have been still quite difficult to sail through this. I have made this trip many, many, many times, and I can say categorically that this was the least enjoyable of them all. Past Berry Head and into Tor Bay, and the seas magically calmed down an awful lot, and I'm able to get a little bit of jib out and do the last mile or so into the harbour on sail. Sorry about the water splashes on the camera. It shows you how much spray I'd taken. Had to close the hatch and got a couple of waves into the cockpit on the way round. But we made it here without incident, and it's a lovely, lovely day as I come into Brixham Harbour. So here we are finally at the MDL Marina in Brixham. I've sped this bit up because I am going really quite slow. Fuel's available, only diesel I'm afraid, not unleaded. And the marina is massive, it's 485 berths, it's huge. But the big attraction for me is no problem with the tides and get in at any state. And it's easy access in all weathers as well. Vickers' new berth is tucked away right in the heart of the marina, but I am slightly nervous about going into the berth for the first time. Let's see what happens. Welcome to Brixham. At least I didn't crash. In reality, it's a really easy berth to get into between those two big ribs. Both on Versa docks, there's loads of room and nothing really to hit. Excellent. Welcome to Brixham. Only one thing left to do now, really. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again for, this year's new adventures. Goodbye.